What's good, y'all? Podcast episode 79. Back at it. Hope everyone's doing good. It's a little bit rainy out today. Of course, it's been rainy all past 2 weeks here in Cincinnati. Kind of getting sick of it, man. I need some warm weather. Need some warm weather in our lives. It gets tough, man, after you do a whole winter time and then you get a few teasers of spring, then all of a sudden it's back to it, the coldness and the just gray clouds, and it is what it is. Hope everyone's doing good though. Doing a little bit better this week. Last week was tough. If you watched the last episode, you know what I'm talking about. But we're back up. We're gonna be we got some fun things going on this week. We actually are going to the Puya Freddie Dredd concert tomorrow. Super stoked about that. And what else, man? We got a Reds game this weekend as well. So definitely got some stuff to look forward to. Yeah, man, it's wild when life just kind of takes hold, and you almost have to put stuff aside and just handle the most important things. Sometimes life works that way. But that's what makes life beautiful at the same time. When you get halted, stopped in your place, stopped in your tracks, and you have to handle things, and then you get to come back to those things that you look forward to. Yeah, man, if that makes any sense at all. We're out here just doing it. Just left the gym, hit the sauna for about 20 minutes. I've been running into some cool people at the gym, man, recently. Just people that are sort of in the same journey and the same boat as I am. And, it just kind of is a reminder of like, hey, we're all in the same battle, we're all in the same fight together, and just as a reminder to keep going, kind of hold yourself accountable. Yeah, man, trying to get back to my eating habits, man. I was eating really well since the new year, and then I kind of fell back for a couple weeks, but definitely trying to get back to it. I didn't fall too bad off, but there was definitely a few days throughout the week where I kind of resorted back to some unhealthier choices. But that's okay, it happens. It's expected, and as long as we get back on the horse, man, start riding again. That's kind of where I'm at. Man, one thing I'm just trying to do and get better at in life is being a good listener. With my family, with my friends, if they're talking to me, I'm listening to take in what they're saying, and not so much look for a response when they're talking to me. And taking a second to respond, so I can respond in a way that shows them that I am listening. I think it's easy to respond with an answer. It's not so easy to respond with an answer that shows you genuinely care about what that person's saying. And I don't ever want to be the guy that what I say is more important than what you say. I don't want to be that guy in conversation. There's a lot of people, when you really kind of focus on it, there's a lot of people in your life that are like that. They just respond to respond. They're not really showing you that they really are listening to what you're saying. They're only listening to respond with what they think is important. And relationships and conversation can get real stale real quick when it's like that, because it just feels transactional. It doesn't feel like a connection. And it is tough to connect with people like that. So, that's one thing, I don't like. I have people in my life that do that to me, and it bothers me. It hurts my feelings. So, if it's hurting my feelings, then maybe it's a sign that I might be doing it to somebody else, whether it's my wife, whether it's whoever. I just don't want to be like that. But I'm also not going to be the guy that listens to all your shit just because you want to dump your shit out on somebody. I don't want to be that guy either, because you can only take so much, You can only take so much hearing people whine and complain and just bitch about life before it leaves you in a bad mood. It's like an energy vampire. I never want to be the vampire, suck all the energy out of everybody around me, so I feel more important, or I feel more energized about myself. I don't want to be that. And I definitely don't want people in my life that are like that. So I'm trying to get better at being a good listener, but I also need to get better at calling out the energy vampires, and not allowing them access to my energy or my mental capacity, because you only get so much, man. Especially when life hits you in the teeth. You only got so much energy. You only got so much mental capacity and emotional space before you're just empty, And I refuse to let people drain me of energy, of all the energy that I have within, So be aware of energy vampires, man. They're out there, and they're ready to pounce if you let them. But I think a good start is ourselves. I think as long as we are being good listeners and paying attention to how we respond, kind of, sets the tone. And, I think about that too. I think about things that I'm trying to teach my daughter. And one of them is being a good listener, So if she's not a good listener, I wonder if she's taking after me. Is she taking after the role model in her life? Am I not being a good listener? So, if I want her to be a good listener, of of course, I gotta be one too. And part of being a good listener is knowing how to respond to energy vampires, you know? Being a good listener isn't just good for the person on the other end of the conversation. It's also good for you, you know? Listen to what they're saying, and also listen to how it affects, listen to what they're saying and notice how it affects your energy, and if you realize that, hey, this person's taking from me, they're not giving to me, then maybe it's time to speak up and respond with a good response that's going to set the tone for the next time that you interact with that person. So, be a good listener. Be a good listener. Yeah, man. I was also thinking about how just listening to things really plays a big role in my life, especially with music. You're constantly, when I listen to an album, I listen for things that I find inspirational, I listen for things that are new and refresh. And you think about that, it's like, damn, that's kind of how I want to be in conversation with other people. I want to be inspirational, not be overbearing, but just inspire those around me. How can I provide a new and refreshing take or something that, just that they haven't heard or even thought about, If somebody's bitching to you, how can you respond with a refreshing response that, maybe kind of opens up their mind of like, damn, I didn't really think about it that way. To help them work through whatever they're bitching about. And one thing, man, like with energy vampires, they'll tell you if they don't really care about what you're saying back to them. If they just want to talk just to have somebody listen to them, they'll tell you by how they respond if they really care about what you're responding with. So it's just being aware, man. Being aware of how you respond and how you're listening. But that's just been on my mind recently. Sorry to kind of keep dragging it out. Just trying to be a good listener. Man, I've been working on some music. I haven't been able to record recently, but I am trying to get some songs mixed. And I'm working on 2 projects right now. Both solo projects, which we'll see what happens. I got 1 song mixed for the one project and 2 songs mixed for the other. And we're just taking it song by song, day by day. A lot of life popping up, but that's okay. It's all good. Yeah, man, just doing what we can with what we got, with the time that we're given. I don't have anything scheduled for release just yet, but I'm hoping to here soon. I just kind of want to get a few more songs mixed and mastered before I start releasing. Because if I release, I want to back it up with another release, and I just don't feel like I'm at that spot right now. but that's okay. We're creating in other ways. Like I said, just taking it day by day. But yeah, man. Hope everyone's doing well. Sorry this was kind of a dragged out episode, me just blabbing. But isn't that how it always is? Yeah, man. Definitely appreciate you guys listening to me. And thanks for thanks for the support, man. Thanks for just sticking it out with me. You know, I know times can get tough for all of us. And you know, to know that I'm not alone, or to know that you're not alone, is just a good thing. It's a good thing. We're all in this together. We're all in the same fight. And you know, I just hope that I provide some sort of value in the world. So, much love. Thanks for tapping in. We'll talk soon. Gonna be episode 80 next time we talk. So, we're getting there, baby. So, much love.